Welcome to the Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 103 kickoff.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 103 kickoff. Scott Garceau along with Sean Stepner. And Sean, around here, Thanksgiving means Loyola, Calvert Hall, time to play ball.
So happy to be a part of it once again, Scott. And look, Calvert Hall, Loyola, two evenly matched teams, two bitter rivals, and I can guarantee it's going to be another great game.
It always is. Let's get into it. The coach is with us, Coach Anthony Zayu, Loyola head coach. You guys lost a tough one last year, a field goal late, and you lose by 3 after winning the year before. But you were telling us every day between that game and now, you think about the Turkey Bowl.
I've thought about last year's Turkey Bowl literally every day since it happened, and how disappointed I felt for our community, how disappointed I felt for our players, how disappointed I felt for the fans, and all the things that I could have done better. And literally it's been a driving force for how I've approached this season with our team, how I've approached our practices, how we've trained in the off season, the skill development program that we've done. And even on days where I feel like being lazy, or days where I feel like, maybe my work that I've done is enough, I think about the failure and the heartbreak from last year, and I try to use it to guide me to continue to work, to continue to strive, because it's a tough feeling to walk off that field as a loser. And it's just something that I don't want to repeat.
Yeah. And the last time that you were a winner in this game, you had a player by the name of Jaden Moore. And he didn't play in last year's game, but he's back this year, one of the best players in the state of Maryland, going to Duke University. What does he bring to your team, both on and off the field, Coach?
First of all, off the field, he's a really positive kid. He's hilarious. He's funny. Coaches, players, everyone loves being around him. Our school community, his math teacher was telling me that he's literally her favorite student and one of her favorite students she's ever had. I think that's really cool. On the field, he's extremely versatile. He can do a lot of things. He can play running back. He can play quarterback. He can play receiver, which is his primary position. He just does it all, and we count on him to just use that versatility, and he never complains. He's incredibly bright. I'm so proud of what he's done. He's recovered like a really great champion that he is from a devastating knee injury that took place in the summer at Duke, actually, during summer camp. And so he's come back with great response, and everybody's been excited to have him, and his work ethic is unbelievable. I really love that about him.
A couple other guys big in your offense, of course, the quarterback Brad Cease, and you got a running back, Kendrick Worthington, that's close to 1,000 yards rushing. A little bit on those two. Yeah,
so Brad's done a great job of delivering the football. Try to think of him and try to explain to him, like, hey, you've got a lot of great players to get the ball to, and so if you think of yourself as a point guard and being a great distributor, we throw the ball to the tight ends, we throw it to the running backs, we throw it to the receivers. We have direct handoffs to our running backs. We have some wildcat type snaps to people like Jaden. And so Brad's got to be really in tune with the game plan, and he's got to really do a great job leading. He's really smart, can make every throw. He's silly, so he's fun to be around. His twin brother's on the team, and you never know whether or not they're going to be dumping buckets of cold water on each other. And so it's good when you keep that loose. And people always say teenagers keep you young, and being around guys like Brad reinforces that. And Kendrick's just always fun to be around. He's a jokester. He runs hard. He plays extremely hard. And I'm proud of the work that he's done this season. Really am.
Tell us about your season this year as a whole. You guys get into the MIAA playoffs. You play a tough eventual champion Spalding team twice in 2 weeks, right? And you play them tough. Overall, tell us about your season.
The season's been great. It started off a little interesting with the first 2 weeks. We didn't play a completed game until mid-September when we played Gonzaga at home. Our first 2 games were incomplete. And so the first full game we played was against DC Power Gonzaga, and we had an unbelievable performance at Loyola. We did really well there. We were able to beat Mount St. Joe, a local power as well. We beat Gilman, Pilati, and DC area school, Mount Zion. And we, like you said, we took Archbishop Spalding to overtime in our first game. They're such a tough group, and we had to play them again 2 weeks later, which is no fun.
Right.
But our kids really what I'm most proud of them is we've had this great spirit of competition and really try to encourage the kids to not live in fear.
Real quick, we're almost out of time, but you got a couple of defenders that are close to 100 tackles on the season. Real quick on those guys, Tucker and G, that have been big for you.
Yeah, so G's been great in the secondary, but our two near 100 tackle guys, Tommy Tucker and Giannis Klagas, have done a great job. One, getting us lined up on defense. 80% of your success on defense is getting people lined up, and then after that, it's about hitting people with great ferocious intensity.
All right, Coach, thanks. We'll look forward to seeing you Thursday morning.
Thank you guys for your support of high school football. Roll Downs, roll.
Coach Z, our Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 103 kickoff show continues. Next, we'll hear from Josh Ward, the head coach of the Calvert Hall Cardinals. Welcome back. It's the Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 103 kickoff show. Sean and I counting down to Thanksgiving morning. Calvert Hall, Loyola, for all the marbles, right? It is every year. Why would this year any different? We heard from Loyola head coach Anthony Zayu. Now it's time to hear the Calvert Hall side of the story, and joining us, Josh Ward. You've been through a few of these.
Yes.
You went through some of these as a player at Calvert Hall.
Yes, sir.
What's it been like the last couple of years to be the head coach and be the center of the storm?
Nerve-wracking, but exciting at the same time. I mean, our first year, I was a head coach. It actually got canceled because of COVID.
Yeah.
And then
Came in at a real challenging time.
Yes, very challenging time. And then the next year, winning a championship and then turning around and unfortunately losing. A heartbreaking game was tough, but I think it built us momentum into last year where we won 17-14.
And getting that win.
Yes.
I mean, that had to be a huge milestone in your career and relief.
Yes.
Get that monkey off your back. What did that feel like, and how much more confidence does it give you and your team heading into this year?
Yeah, I mean, it was an amazing feeling. I mean, being my alma mater and winning that game being in it as a player and now a coach and winning that was huge for me in my career. I think it helped us gain confidence, our guys, to understand it's a huge game and we need to go out and play it very tough.
Do you have Coach Z has left the studio? Do you have any 4th and 18 fake punts for this year? Because that was one of the key plays in the game.
It's the craziest thing because everybody talks about that, and it wasn't a fake punt. But we rugby punted that game, and it just so happened that I had one of the fastest kids in the state that decided to take off, and
he did.
And we had a guy who actually is a rugby player who sealed the edge, and it just. Going back, that was a crazy. I was walking back to get ready for defense, and then someone told me that he was off running. I'm like, what is going on? But the rest is history.
But that just kind of signifies what this game. You never know when you're tuning into a Turkey Bowl or you're there in person. You just never know what you're going to see, right?
Yes, I mean it's. I tell our guys the first 5 minutes of the game and those first 5 minutes of the second half coming out are so much energy and so much. It's whoever can just up that tempo and up that energy. It's huge.
Give us a little breakdown on your offense. You've used multiple quarterbacks this year. Tell the people what they can look for.
Yeah, I mean, we like to run the ball, but we also like to spread it around to our weapons. You have Jayon Williams and Nick Humph that have played quarterback. Nick being a senior who's played recently against Pilati, had 4 touchdowns. You also have JT Taggart, Chris Hewitt, guys Michael Bell and Dane Grunder, who you'll hear from. And then running back wise, we have Jake Stu, Harrison O'Connell, and John Asuka, who are really dominant in the backfield.
Go ahead.
And you guys are rested coming into this year. One more week than Loyola. Does the added rest? I mean, you don't want the added rest, but how can you use it to your advantage and to benefit your guys on Thanksgiving morning?
Yeah, I mean, we rested for a few days after, the last game just to give them like a bye week almost. And we came back and it was a lot of mental stuff, mental reps. But really, I mean, having those extra days are good and bad at the same time just because, you're practicing against each other for, 17 days or whatever it is. So, but it definitely is different than playing in a championship on a Friday and turning around and playing that next Thursday or, 2 years ago on a Saturday and playing on a Thursday, so it's definitely a bonus for our guys.
We're looking at your defense right here. What's their challenge against the Loyola offense?
Loyola can run the ball, and then Jaden Moore, number 10, is dynamic, athlete. You got to know where he is on the field and for. So we have a really good, defensive backfield room led by Caden Newsom, who's a Holy Cross commit, and Darius Smith and Byron Baldwin, Kyle Green, Gabe Lavrone, and then our linebacker room with Crum. And then defensive line is very stout. We have a lot of underclassmen on there that are doing a great job stopping the run and getting after quarterback.
And you mentioned a couple of guys, Chris Hewitt and JT Taggart, sons of Ravens coaches. Of course, Chris Hewitt's dad, secondary, right?
Yes.
And JT Taggart's dad, Willie, with the running backs,
Yes.
the Ravens.
Yes.
Does that kind of, the sons of NFL coaches, does that, how does that help your team and kind of just, I guess, the professionalism and added knowledge to the guys?
I mean, they're great. I mean, they understand coaching, so they're not bothering you at practice or doing that stuff. But again, Chris and JT are very smart football players, obviously, and they've been huge for our guys, on the field with the X's and O's as well.
So we looked at offense, defense quickly. How about special teams? Because you won the game. We talked about there was a punt that you used to your advantage, and you won it with a field goal. Special teams really important in close games.
Yeah, I mean, Carter O'Connell's our returning all-Metro punter. He's got a leg on him, and then Ryan Zagorowski, he's our kicker. He actually was a soccer player and came out and kicked for us, so he's been doing a great job. And then we actually have a transfer from Loyola, Gavin Hawks, who's our long snapper. He's a great long snapper and unbelievable. And then Dane's back as our holder, who was big holder in that famous field goal of last year, 17-14. So,
Coach, thanks.
Of course, thank you.
We'll see you Thursday morning.
Yes, thank you guys.
Josh Ward and the Calvert Hall Cardinals ready to get down. Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 103 kickoff continues. We'll meet the players next. Welcome back to our Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 103 kickoff. We've got a couple Loyola Dons with us, two senior captains, Maurice G. right there, and closest to me right here, the athlete, Jaden Moore.
Absolutely. We're going to hear you guys' names, I think, a bunch on Thanksgiving. And Jaden, we'll start with you. Look, you played in this game. The last one you played in was a win 2 years ago. And unfortunately, you weren't able to take the field last year, recovering from that torn ACL. But you're back this year. How exciting is this for you?
I'm just so excited. I mean, even my freshman year, I wasn't able to play. The first year I had with my brother, we only had 3 games because of COVID, so wasn't able to play freshman year, wasn't able to play junior year, was able to get the win sophomore year, so just, I mean, it's only my second Turkey Bowl, but I'm really excited to be back.
We're looking at you right here, making some plays. You guys spread the ball around. You got a running game. You can throw it a little overall on the offense in general.
Yes, sir. So I think we have a lot of leadership on our offense. Our quarterback's a junior, our running back's a junior, and then also we have 3 senior receivers, me, Ezra Carter, and Christian Ronaldo. So I think the leadership on the offense is definitely great.
And you're going to Duke next year, and
Yes,
you mentioned your brother. He's already there. So Jordan Moore, your brother, who also played at Loyola. Maurice, safety. Look, how exciting is this for you? And tell us a little bit about the defense for the Dons.
Super exciting. Just stepping out onto the field, it's a real feeling of serenity when you step out there, and it's nothing like it. And something about the defense, we're really stout, I feel like, all around. And like Jaden said, we have a lot of great leadership. We got me and Zach, and at the 2 safeties, 2 linebackers, Tommy Tucker and Giannis Kligas. And on the D-line, we got Aiden Bird and Travis Zmansky. So all around, we got great leaders and just great guys all around.
Maurice, we're looking at your defense, some highlights right here. Not only the Turkey Bowl for you, which is the biggest thing on the schedule every year, but your final game as a Don. Have you thought about that? That all the time you spent with your teammates and all that, it's coming to an end?
Yeah, I think about it every day, really. Going back on the time in the freshman year, just meeting the guys, just meeting Jaden in summer workouts, and then how time just really flew by with senior dinners and everything. It's really been a great experience. I'm sad it's coming to a close.
And Jaden, look, I mean, from where you started in this program to where it is now, you guys are coming off a playoff game. This program has been building, and it's really respected in the area, as it always is. But tell us about your guys' season as a whole and where you find this program as you're about to take the field. And I see that smile for the last time as a Don.
Yes, sir. So I think that we've definitely grown the program, not to where we want it to be, because obviously we want to be a championship team every year. But I think that coming to the semifinals, from where we came from, the B conference all the way up to the A conference semifinals, I think that we've definitely grown a lot. But I think that our program is in good hands for the next few years.
Well, you guys not only are athletes, but you're student athletes. I know you're involved. Peer ed program, you're a leader there. What does it mean to be a role model to some of the other kids at school?
It's a great feeling, especially being a role model to all the younger Dons, especially the middle schools. They always look up to me, give me fist bumps in the hallway. They feel like they all know my name, so it's just a great feeling.
Guys, congratulations. It's been a wonderful career. I know you got a big one left, and we're anxious to see it Thanksgiving morning.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us.
All right, coming up next, we'll meet the Calvert Hall Cardinals. A couple of their players next. Brooks Financial Group, Turkey Bowl 103 kickoff. Welcome back to the Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl 103 kickoff. Two Calvert Hall Cardinals join us right now. A couple of wide receivers. Mike Bell right here and Dane Grunder. Dane, congratulations. Mike, congratulations. Sean, what do you have for these guys?
Guys, this is, I don't have to say it. You guys know it. It's the game of the year. How exciting is Thursday going to be for each of you?
I'm beyond excited. I mean, I speak for the whole team when I say that. I mean, I get a little feeling in my stomach just thinking about it right now as you say that. So yeah, no, I can't really put words on it.
Yeah, the excitement is just out of the roof, for not only for myself but for the whole team. Just the weeks leading up for preparation for the Turkey Bowl, the tradition behind this game has a lot of animosity behind it. So definitely excited. Yeah.
Mike, you've been through a lot, right? Battling injuries, shoulder, and then another shoulder. Talk us about overcoming all that and getting ready to play your last high school game.
Yeah, fortunately, last 2 years had a couple unfortunate setbacks with injury, but I stayed strong. Counted on my teammates; they were there for me. They motivated me. My time that I was out, instead of just being down, not there for my team, I became a mentor for the young guys. And I battled back, stayed consistent, and thankful to be here now, playing the last Turkey Bowl.
And Dane, this means a lot for you, your Calvert Hall family, and your family, right? I mean, what are you, fourth generation to play in the Turkey Bowl? Tell us about that.
So generation number 4. So my great-grandfather graduated in 1928, played in a few Turkey Bowls.
I think I covered that game.
And then, so his son, my grandfather, graduated in 1958, played a few Turkey Bowls, and then both my father and my uncle graduated in 85 and 86, so they both played in Turkey Bowls. So certainly means a lot. You talk about tradition, but yeah, certainly.
So what's Thanksgiving like at your house? You got the game at 10 in the morning. Does the turkey come after the game? What's it been like the last couple of years? Because you guys have been through this.
Yeah, so obviously like the ritual for Thanksgiving morning, wake up very early, meet your team there, get locked in for the game, and then after the game, a lot of good food to eat. Mac and cheese, turkey, stuffing, all that.
Get after it, right? Yeah.
And Dane, tell us about your team this year, the Cardinals overall, and your offense. You guys are both part of the offense. Dane, fill us in on what this team is all about this year.
Battling through adversity, for sure. We had a few tough games. I think we had a 3-game stretch where we lost by a combined 16 points. So, our record certainly doesn't reflect who we are as a team. And, of course, record has nothing to do with the Turkey Bowl. Anything could happen.
Last year came down to some big special team plays, right? There was a fake punt on 4th and 18. There was a game-winning field goal that you guys got late. So it's not just offense and defense, right? You got to be good in all 3 phases.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, it's definitely all 3 phases of the game, very important. And Coach Warden, the Calvert Hall coaching staff, they emphasize that a lot, especially in these last couple practices leading up to Turkey Bowl.
What's it like at school this week with your fellow students, even some that aren't football players? Is everybody excited about this?
For sure. Everyone's asking, are you going to win the Turkey Bowl? But at the end of the day, all you can do is control what you can control, trust your teammates, trust your brothers, trust your coaches, and just stay locked in the entire week.
Yep, absolutely.
Very good. And finally, what is the feeling like when you run out? You both have had that feeling when you run out on that field on Thanksgiving morning. Real quick, what's that feeling like?
Nothing like it. I mean, we've both been a part of 2 MIAA A-Conference championships, and I mean, running out on those fields versus the Turkey Bowl doesn't compare.
Tops,
Turkey
right?
Bowl, absolutely.
Thanks,
Turkey
guys.
Bowl's
Good
up
luck.
there.
Good luck to
Thank you.
That's it for our Brooks Financial Group Turkey Bowl coverage. Starts with our pregame show at 9, kickoff shortly after 10 right here on Channel 2.